Okay, so y'all asked for it. People said yes, do the collection, do my recommendations, what I recommend to collectors. So I had to do it. Because I started looking around, so oh yes, I would. That's something I always recommend. There's some newer ones on here that I don't recommend a lot, but these are like things that if someone asks me personally, these are the type of things I recommend. I don't necessarily always talk about them in videos, but if someone's like, oh, what kind of fragrance like this, these are the ones that come out my mouth. So if you would like to see all of these things that I would recommend to my large collectors, let's go for it. Okay, hoes, so let's talk a little bit. So when I was thinking about this list and how to put it together and really think about what I talked to about with people, it was based on a lot of the people that I know, that I chat with, and we have large collections, we have large collections, so it takes a little more to impress us. And I would say some of these things could definitely be for somebody who's got a large collection, but it's not super large, but they're getting there and they really are like, oh, I want to try some new things like that. So these are them. And of course, when I think about this, I try to think, whenever somebody asks me, I tend to try to think about things that aren't like the super popular things that I could just roll off the back of my, just roll it off. I always like to come up with things that are just a little different, just a little not as popular. Okay, I don't know where to stop, but here we're gonna start off with this one, which I got for the pom pom, honestly, but love it now for the fragrance. And this is Annick Goutal's Nuit et Confidence. Now, this is a smoky, slightly spicy vanilla, but it's really smoky. It is always being compared to Spiritus Double Vanille by Guerlain. I don't know because I've never smelled that one, but the streets say that it's very similar, much less expensive and easier to get. But anyway, this is like I said, it's a beautiful smoky vanilla, and it's really and if it's a woman, this is a really cute presentation and a really good vanilla. The only thing is, it doesn't project out far. It stays very close. This is very much so for, hey, more intimate times, more when you're going to have people more in contact. And I don't mean intimate as in sexual, but it could be closer things where it's more of an intimate setting, maybe like a dinner party, a dinner party with another couple or some friends, where just kind of close, and it's not going to be overpowering, but you're still going to smell delightful. So that is Nuit et Confidence. Did I sell it? Did I sell it, or did I sell it, honey? All right, the next vanilla I have, where's it at? I had it. Oh, of course, because I've been on the Sylvain Delacour kick, and because I have gotten them, this one is Vanori. Now this one is, I have three. Vahina, of course, my favorite, but this is Vanori, and Vanori is a honey vanilla with a frangipani note, so it's a little tropical. Now when you first spray it, it's a little green, but as it dries down, it becomes this really stunning vanilla that is just quite lovely on the skin. And it's a real subtle, delicate vanilla. It's not a Kayali, vanilla 28, where it's just it's sweet and sweet and very vanillic and very just what it is. It's a vanilla fragrance made for layering and things. This is a more subtle vanilla. It's a very ladylike vanilla. It's very, and then the honey gives it this honeyed vanilla sweetness. So it is a vanilla that is more laid back, yet very chic. This is a very chic, this is a very chic vanilla, more so for, you know, being out at like a woman's luncheon or a fashion show or something, where you want to stand out in a very subtle yet laid back way. So this is Vanori by Sylvain Delacourt. Did I hold it up long enough for y'all to see it? Sylvain Delacourt. Okay, back to what I was doing. All right, so this one is powdery, kind of vanilla, almondy, and this is Nicolai Parfums Kiss Me Intense. This is so sweet. It's sweet and powdery and sexy in a very very alluring type of way, because it has this sweet powderiness about it, very old school sensual. Not, you know, it's very old school sensual, very, you know, very little black dress. It's very little black dress, red lipstick, black pumps. It's very classic, but it still speaks volumes when you wear it. So this is Kiss Me Intense by Nicolai Parfums. And I really did like the name. All right. Somebody is like thinking, I want to try Francesca Bianchi. This is where I'm going to tell you to start, because Francesca Bianchi has a definite DNA. She likes civet a lot. It has a little animalic vibe to it, but this one right here I find is kind of is really pretty and like summery, and still has her DNA, which has that kind of animalic undertones, but it's much more subdued. So it's a much easier smell than some of hers. And this is Sex and the Sea. Now this is a new one that I got, but oh baby, this right here smells so good. It is so pretty. It's a floral. It has a little pineapple in it. It's got some, let me see, coconut, but the coconut is just there for the creaminess of it. But you smell the civet, which is that underlying Francesca Bianchi DNA, but this is more floral. It's got mimosa, so it has a sweetness to it. A very it reads like you're at the beach. It definitely has Sex in the Sea, but it is Sex in the Sea, you know, more Mediterranean. It's not Caribbean, you know, where you think tropical. This is more this is more Mediterranean. This is more, you know, eating fish while drinking white wine. You know, now this isn't kicking it at the Caribbean club. So this is Sex and the Sea by Francesca Bianchi. All right, now let's talk oud, because people always ask about ouds, and I honestly have been forgetting about some of these ouds lately. So it was like, what? Let's do these ouds. So the ouds that I chose were these, and these are a little bit different. Maybe not as, you know, because so many of us have, you know, standard scents. One is okay, but anyway, this is Golden Oud by Amaru. This is a caramel oud. This is very rich and decadent. If you like things like oud bouquet, just think of it as more caramely. Yeah, so this is like caramely oud, and the oud is so well blended. It is just very, very sleek, very subtle, very just beautiful to wear, because it's so well blended. You don't get that, oh, you got on oud. No, this is that smooth oud. This is like, you know, drinking cognac, a good cognac. This is smooth oud, and this is perfectly unisex. It's gonna smell good on anyone. So that is Golden Oud by Amaru. Now this one is, of course, from one of my favorite houses. This is one of my favorite houses. This is Ghost Dance by Dreamhouse Akirio. Have you heard of them? If you haven't, you're hearing about them now. And y'all need, Let me get it out. This is a blackberry oud. So well done. So well done. The blackberry is just perfect. It's got a slight booziness to it. It's a blackberry oud, which is, and it doesn't have rose in it. It's just this beautiful fruity oud, which is so different than the average oud, right? It is just a stunning, beautiful rendition of oud. The oud is perfectly blended. It's not too much. It just wears really well on the skin. You get the sweetness, you get the oud. It's just a really good mix that you would never have expected. So this is Ghost Dance by Dreamhouse Acurio. Now, I keep telling y'all about Dreamhouse Acurio. Y'all need to just go on, try them out. If you want to try them out, get samples from Perfumology, and then you're ready to explore the Dreamhouse Acurio house. All right, so here we go. That is Dreamhouse Acurio. Now, here's this one. This is from Estee Lauder. This is Amber Mystique. This is a classic that's hard to find, but it is a rose oud. So if you want a rose oud, where's this thing? Oh, yeah, this is a classic rose oud. It is very in your face. Sorry, it is very in your face. It's got such a wild amount of notes. It's got like Taif rose in it. It's got Bulgarian rose in it. It has a little raspberry. It's got leather. This is a boss fragrance. This is a boss fragrance. Boss bitchin'. You boss bitches, you need this, because this is a power move. You wear this, you're gonna turn heads, and they're gonna be like, oh, she bought all of that life. You are, because you're wearing Amber Mystique by Estee Lauder. All right, now, speaking of Estee Lauder, I really love Erin Beauty, which is, if you all didn't know, this is a granddaughter of Estee Lauder, and so she has her own lifestyle brand, and she has fragrances. This one right here. Now, this is another rose. This is Evening Rose, but this is an incensey rose. And the funny thing is like, when I think of Erin Beauty, I think of Hamptons. I think of, Martha's Vineyard. Very like casual, yet elegant, yet, money. This is for that evening when you're doing it, when money chick girl. This is an evening money one where you're going out, but you want to be a little naughty. So this is evening, but you're giving off a naughty vibe because you coming in with this incensey rose that is going to have your lover, the people around you, turning their heads like, is she wearing that? Because normally you just, clean girl aesthetic, and this is when that clean girl busts out and lets you know, oh, no, there's more to me than that, baby. There is more to me than tennis courts and debutante balls. I wear evening rose, honey. I wear evening rose. Now this is, I wish I could find my original first impression. This is Icat Jasmine. This is one of the freshest jasmines I own, and it has honeysuckle in it. It is such a fresh, beautiful jasmine for the summertime. It is green. It is delightful. The honeysuckle makes it so the jasmine isn't indolic. It's like this beautiful summertime jasmine. Perfect for just hanging out. It's not too much. This was like something I would wear on the boat, with my friend's boat, just hanging out on a boat, just living my best life, things like that. So this is Icat Jasmine by Erin Beauty. All right, since I'm already very elegant, very sophisticated, let's go with the House of Ouds, Wind Heat. This is Powdery Elegance. Now this has iris in it, and let me say this, the House of Oud, I love a good powdery elegant, where you feel like you're going to be having high tea at the Drake, right? But what it does is they made this a very unique and much more modern iris vibe. It has a little pink pepper, it has a little nutmeg for spiciness to it, but as it dries down, it does have oud, which I really don't detect, but what it does have is leather, which gives it this very unique and more edginess to this powdery, beautiful, elegant, sophisticated vibe. I sprayed it on. Oh, I love it. So this, and it does dry down. It gets a little musky, so it becomes, you know, a musky powdery, but that leather and the iris stay in it, and you get this beautiful florally iris leathery musk. Whew. So that is Wind Heat by the House of Oud. I think I went on way too long on that one. This is a favorite from Paris Monte Carlo. This is Absolute de Osmanth. Now, this is for my apricot lovers. If you love an apricot-y nuance, that's exactly what you're going to get. This is giving you that osmanthus vibe. So this is something that I love for the spring, and I love it to layer with things. If I want to give it that, amp up some osmanthus in a fragrance, if I want to give it that just juicy, fruity vibe. And then as it dries down, it becomes powdery and slightly musky. Really stunning, really stunning. So this is Absolute de Osmanth by Paris Monte Carlo. Okay, we are loving Rosendo Matu. Rest in peace. But I just want to show y'all a different one than number 5, number 6. Well, you know, because those are the ones that we've been talking about. I'm going to talk about Sweet Rose. This is the one that I will show. I'll be like, you know what? I know you've heard about number 5. I know you heard about number 6. But let me turn you on to Sweet Rose. Sweet Rose is just that. It has berries on top with a little passion fruit to give it a little zing. But it's got these juicy berries. It's a berried rose. That's exactly what it is. It's a berried rose. It's got strawberries in it. It's got raspberries. It's got a little bit of passion fruit just for, just to give it a little punch, a little tartness. You don't get a lot of passion fruit. What you get are the berries. And then as it dries down, you get musk. You get some vanilla. And you get a little sandalwood. So it's a really, it's this, people ain't talking about Sweet Rose. But if you like it, and now this is good for spring into like evenings in summer, because a lot of jammy roses are just too much for the springtime, too much for summer. But this is your Sweet Rose to wear in the summertime, in the springtime, because it's a little bit lighter and it's not quite as heavy as a lot of them, but it's giving you juicy rose. So this is Sweet Rose by Rosendo Matu. Okay, it comes to Maison Lancome. People always want to talk about Oud Bouquet, Jasmine's Marzipan, you know, maybe Roses Barbarazza if they know anything, but you know. But here, I'm about to tell you this one. This is what I would tell somebody who has a collection and be like, oh, you want to get turned on a little bit? You got your Oud Bouquet, but do you have Santal Cardamom? But do you have Santal Cardamom? Santal Cardamom is exactly that. It is a spicy sandalwood. As it dries down, you get this sandalwood, this woodiness, this creamy woodiness, but you get this spiciness right off the bat. You got to be able to handle cardamom. It's got a little pink pepper, but you really get a punch of cardamom. And it has some florals. It has like orange. It has white florals, orange blossom. It's got neroli in it. It is really, this is like cool. This is like a cool fragrance to me. You know, this is jeans and a white t-shirt. This is jeans and a cute little top, just going out, hanging out. You know, you want to smell good. You want to smell just, you know, you're just vibing. This, I would wear this definitely to like a little, you know, I wear this to like a house gathering. I wear this to like a house party. I would wear this out to something like where I kind of know the people I'm around, but there might be some new faces, and I just want to stand out just a little bit and remind everybody that I stunt on those wherever I go. This would be Santal Cardamom. Because sometimes you don't want to, you know, overwhelm the people, because, you know, because I have a reputation, right? Some of us have that reputation where people are like, here they come. Here they come. You know, but sometimes I just want to lay back and let them be like, damn, you smell good. But it's different than what I expected. So that would be the different one. Because it's not the tuberose. You know, it's not rose. It's not in your face. It's just a laid back, chill. I'm having me a cocktail kind of vibe. So that is that Santal Cardamom. So another one popular brands, you know, that we talk about all the time. And we're going to talk about Amouage because, of course, I own a lot of Amouages. And we're going to talk about this Amouage. We're going to talk about Figment Woman. Some people, now right now, you can get this like for no, super cheap on Joma Shop. I think I saw it. Might have been on Fragrance Net too. But this is Figment Woman. This is one of the most interesting tuberoses I have, because there's this sweet kind of, it's the sweetness is there, but it's kind of hard to explain because it's not your usual sweet. Okay, it has like Szechuan pepper in it, and it has bourbon in it, and so it's really, and then when you first put it on, it smells one way, and then as it dries down, you get more of the white florals, the tuberose. Does it have in jasmine and the ylang ylang? But it's like, it has like this really interesting spicy sweetness in the beginning that, now, and let me tell you something about this. Even though if you smell it the first time, you need to put it on your skin, but also you'd be so surprised how many compliments you would get with this scent. Whenever I wear it, people compliment me. And she's a diva, so they smell it all over me, even with my, you know, because I overspray to the gods. So there is Figment Woman. And then finally, let's talk about another one that's real popular. You know, folks be talking about it all the time. And in FragCom, this is kind of popular, but I'm just going to remind people, you know, because some people don't have it. And so they want me to recommend something. So I'm going to recommend this. Floral. This is a Cento Overdose. Oh my gosh. This was the first surge off I wanted. And I tried a bunch of them, but this one did it for me. It has the sharp green note in the beginning that might not be easy to take, but baby, wait for the dry down, because in a few minutes, you're going to have this beautiful, beautiful floral bouquet on you that smells so rich. This smells like if you were going into like one of those weddings that's, you know, 100,000 plus, and they've got the huge floral bouquets and the room smells beautifully floral. That is what this smells like. It is just this beautiful floral bouquet. It's got floral notes. They don't tell you what they are, but they got these floral notes, and that's what it is. It's a floral bouquet, but something about it with that greenness, and as it dries down, it gets a little musky. That does something to me, and I promise you, you get it, you'll be like, oh my God. And people will notice you, and you will smell good all day. And it's a compliment getter. It's a compliment getter. She gets the compliments. I'm just trying to help you out. Yes, yes. Little fruity, green, floral masterpiece. There you go, Xerjoff's Cento Overdose. All right, so those are all the ones I want to say that if, you know, someone asked me, a collector, a person with a larger collection, these are the kind of fragrances that I would be, you know, pointing you towards. Now, you put in the cards, what would you recommend for someone with a large collection? That if my large collectors, what would you recommend out of your collection that people need to try? What should I try? What should I be looking for? Give me some recommendations. I need them. All right, talk to you later. Be bold, be brave, be fearless, be free.